After months of lobbying and speculation, the Premier today laid out, once and for all, the future for Sydney's sporting stadiums. A transformed ANZ Olympic Stadium will be the centrepiece of the $1.6 billion plan, but its construction has prompted fears Sydney could lose the coveted NRL Grand Final.
From our Olympic Stadium to a world-class arena, the Premier declared the winner is Sydney. But in the short term, we could be the losers, the NRL leaving the door open to hold the grand final in Brisbane or even Melbourne.
We'll look at all the possibilities, and clearly that's what we need to do as a sport.
ANZ Stadium will be redeveloped into a world-class rectangular arena with a roof. But during the 4 years it will take to build it, there's no guarantee it will be good enough to hold the showpiece of the game.
Queenslanders will be licking their lips, Todd.
I'm sure there'll be a few, and it's nice to have a product that everybody wants.
The construction will take place in stages, but capacity at the new Homebush ground will, at its worst, drop below 50,000. CEO Todd Greenberg has committed to play State of Origin and the grand final at the new stadium for 20 years, but only once it's built, giving Queensland a 4-year window to steal it.
We want to get a real handle on what the actual impact here will be.
Cabinet today signed off on how the $1.6 billion will be spent. $700 million on a full reconfiguration of ANZ Stadium, making it a 75,000-seat rectangular ground. $350 million for a new Parramatta Stadium, and what's left over, roughly $400 million, for a refurbishment of Allianz at Moore Park. But it took the Premier, not the Sports Minister, to get it done.
This was never going to be an easy process. There are multiple stakeholders.
While they tried to play happy families today, 9 News understands the Sports Minister is furious at the Premier for freezing him out of crucial negotiations over the last 48 hours. The relationship is described as having all but disintegrated.
Mr Ayres should lose his job, of course.
I'm absolutely confident I'll keep my job.
And our state political reporter Chris O'Keefe is at ANZ Stadium this evening. Chris, when does construction begin?
Well, Peter, the Premier says it will begin within the next 3 years, whereas the refurbishment of Allianz Stadium at Moore Park will happen in the next term of government, that is, after 2019. Now, the deal reached with the codes is significant. Not only have they locked in games with the NRL, but rugby union and soccer have committed to playing international marquee matches right here at ANZ Stadium. But it is important to note that the Premier and Stuart Ayres have fallen out pretty significantly over this, but this is not the end for suburban grounds. The Premier has put aside a $40 million fund, and Peter, he says whatever clubs are willing to spend, he will match them dollar for dollar.
All right, Chris, thank you.